Hi guys, welcome to 11th and Delphi. My name is Tiara Pig and I'm going to be doing another general reading for the oracles, arsenals, healers, and image setters. The last time I did this, somebody wanted me to explain the categories a little bit more, and I'm not opposed to it, but it's hard for me to explain because it was someone else's download. So I will do my best to give you the energy that I feel around each category before I dive into it, and let me know if that helps for you. I'm honestly just not good with descriptions. So first, the oracles came to me, and what I heard for the oracles were the messages I heard for the oracles was be steady, be ready, be grounded, and be aware. Okay, so to know if you resonate with the oracles or the oracle energy, I should say, because it's not people, it's energy. You would be a holder of clairs, so claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairaudience. You might be constantly visited by angels or have access to the angelic realm, the spiritual realm, the underworld. You may also be able to see like spirits, fairies, stuff like that. If you are in the oracle energy, a lot of stuff like that will be very aware and present to you. Okay. I'm going to lay the foundation of the reading with a deck that my ancestors guided me to make. So if anything seems like if I have any sayings in here that seem a little wonky, that's why. It's like a personal deck, but I'll do my best to explain. All right, you guys have to say for the oracles, your energy feels heavy, but I wanted to say flowy, but it feels like if something were in water, but it was swaying ever so slightly, right? So you feel the pressure of being in deep water, but the gentleness of like being swayed. Very interesting. Be steady, be ready, be grounded, be aware. So you might feel the heaviness, you might feel the pressure. And it is right now, but you're keeping your senses about you. Good. All right. You guys have for the oracles. Separation, energy exchange. Ooh. And bond. Separation and bond. Okay. Alignment, separation, bond, alignment this week. All right. So it seems like there's going to be something that you this is actually what I'm getting. Something that you have. It's like an identity thing, and I'm seeing 12-12. It's an identity thing. It's something that you have, like, I'm getting like bondment or enmeshment, like this is me, right? I'm getting like qualities or characteristics that you feel like are you, like this is me, but not necessarily, right? I'm getting like you felt like it was you, but it was just someone's perception or other people's perception, or even their, what was the word? Sorry, I didn't know. What was the word? Or even someone's visual? I don't know. You're getting someone's visual. So it's just how someone saw you, but it doesn't mean that that's who you are or what you are. Okay. I heard it's going to be painful, but worth it. Okay. All right, can you put some energy on these two? It feels very dense to be in your energy right now. Sorry if I'm moving slow at this point. All right, so we got the Four of Swords and the Six of Cups. Sorry guys, I'm gonna light some sage if it's really heavy. Four of Swords and the Six of Cups. From this, you might go whether you want to or not. So I suggest you choose to do this. And I don't really talk like this. This is your people coming through. But whether you want to or not, you're going to go into a meditative state and you're going to visit your inner child. And you're going to see all of these, how all of these attachments and how all of these perceptions that people put onto you, you're going to see how it has affected your inner child since then. Like since the age of the inner child that you see, it has been affecting you since then. Okay, that's when it started. All right, so I would suggest go ahead, meditate, set the intention to do this inner child work, and set the intention to see what has been holding you back. You may even see that there are areas in your life that you have lacked to progress, is what I'm hearing. So you may have stayed in that childlike defiance or childlike resistance of not wanting to do something, and it's because of this. It is what someone else put onto you, the vision and the perception. It's like a vision that they had, that they projected onto you, and then they told that perception to other people, so it felt so much bigger than your voice. Like their projection, their perception that they told all of these other adults and people and cousins and family, they told everyone this, and it never sat right with you. You never felt like that's me. Yeah, that's me that you're telling everybody, like, I'm gonna do this, or I have done this, or whether it's good or bad. It felt like it was so much bigger than you, and you couldn't simply say, no, I'm not. You had to act out in certain ways, and that might be translating in your life as an adult. All right, so go ahead, do a meditation focused on inner child work. And if you can't find something like on YouTube or whatever, then your heart chakra really help. I'm sorry, it is so heavy. Whew. Find meditations focused on your heart chakra if you can't find one focused on your inner child. Jeez Louise, y'all. Whew. All right. So you're going to be moving into alignment this week, and I want to see what they have to say about that. Sorry guys, I had more like energy before I started this, but I feel like the oracle energy is just very heavy, and that might be the sorry about that. That might be the groundedness that they were talking about. You might need to come down and just sit and observe the heaviness, because that's what I feel like doing right now. I feel like sitting and just noticing the weight on my arms, the weight of me sitting, like being grounded in my body, just noticing that and breathing into it. But there's a part of me that keeps like trying to run from the heaviness. Like I'm like, no. I had good energy. I don't want to be that. But heaviness isn't bad energy. It's just heaviness. All right. So you're going to be coming into alignment this week. And the alignment could actually be like balance, coming into balance this week. What do you guys have to say about this alignment? Okay, anything else? Oh, goodness. So we have the Devil and the Fool for the alignment of this week. And the Devil for me is attachments, like negative attachments or things holding you down. And it's like the opposite energy of the Fool for me. So what I'm getting from this is like a integration, alignment, integration, and balance of this heavy shit, right? And this liberation, because that's what the Fool card is. Just straight up, arms out, boom, I'm here. I'm here in all my glory, right? But with the Devil, it's like what chains you, or not chain, well, yeah, what chains you here, what keeps you grounded, what keeps you right here in the physical world, right? But it could be the negative aspect of that. So to be, also I'm getting that you're going to see that the issue is not to be grounded. The issue was to be grounded in such negative ways, right? You were once grounded in negative ways. Like if someone ever said, get your head out of the clouds, right? That's a negative way of saying it's time to ground a little bit. If someone ever said, no, you're dreaming, that's a negative way of trying to get you to ground, right? So you're going to notice that. You're going to notice the difference in someone wanting you to just be grounded and someone wanting to kill your dreams, honestly, is what I'm getting. What can they expect for this week? What energy can they expect for this week? And I feel so much better after that. So you might just have a negative connotation about what grounding is. Or you may have only been grounded in negative ways, so you're running from it right now. And that is coming from an inner child wound. Okay? All right. What can they expect for this week? Anything else? Awesome. Anything else? So we got the Two of Cups and the Six of Wands. So what I'm getting from this, either you and someone else or you and a group of people are going to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Like you're going to be able to remove, I'm getting removing like what is it? Removing like shields, like you're just letting it down, right? You're just letting it down and you guys can vulnerably just say, hey, this is exactly how I feel, right? And the other person can say, hey, this is exactly how I feel. And as long as that is the point of the conversation, then it'll go great, right? But you can't go into this conversation wanting someone to walk out with the same mindset that you have, okay? Walk into this conversation saying, this is how I feel. Thank you for hearing me. Now I'm ready to hear how you feel. And that is it. That is what a conversation is. Conversations do not have to change reality. They just don't. You just talk about it. And it came from a place that was like I'm getting, it just came from vulnerability, right? And that's it. All right. That seems very specific. I hope it resonates. I don't know. It was really heavy. Whoo, child. I hope that that helps. Damn. All right, so now we're gonna work on the healers. If you are in healer energy, because these are energies, they're not certain people. If you are in healing energy, you may be focused on doing or blah, 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 doing or receiving Reiki. You might be not feeling too well, like you need a healer. You may be focused on breaking generational curses. You may be focused on healing relationships with certain people. This is when this energy could resonate with you. So for healers, I feel like last time I got a really funky message for you guys, and this time it's a little better, but it's still kind of funky. For healers, I heard someone mocking you. Like, you need a healer. And I'm just like, gosh darn it. Why can't healers, and I resonate with the healer energy a lot, but why can't healers catch a damn break? What the fuck? They're just like, oh, you're a healer. Oh my gosh. But that might be a sign that you're just taking things a little too seriously. Maybe time to lighten up a little bit. If someone mocking you genuinely triggers you, then it might be time to step back from any titles that you've given yourself. Okay? Just relax. Be human for a little bit. It'll be alright. You'll be just fine. Alright. I think I just mixed this up again. Well. Alright. Have any energy for healers? We're gonna flip these because I don't really do reversals. Your pain is ending, building a solid foundation this year. Okay. So anything else? Now we're gonna work with these for a minute. Your pain is ending. I heard shadow work. Oh God, our shadow work is almost over, guys. All right, your pain is ending. Nearly there. I'm hearing. Thank you so much, because we need that. Ooh. So the mocking came from like a space of wanting to fall into being a martyr. Like wanting to do this. Look at how much I suffer on behalf. I don't know why they're like this, but geez. They're like, look at how much I suffer on behalf of the collective. So you might want to check that, you know. It's all right, just balance it back out. Or on your if you keep going the way that if you keep making the same decisions and you don't like check in, correct it a little bit, you could end up on that timeline. Does that make sense? Oh my God. It's real heavy right now, y'all. Sorry. But basically, check in with yourself, try and remove the creation blinders and see, is there a way that this could be perceived as me being a martyr, you know? And if you can't really discern from it at that time, just take a break. Just take a minute, think about it, put a rest. Don't feel pressured to do something and you can't quite discern yet, right? Discern before you act, okay? All right, your pain is ending. Any energy for your pain is ending? Lovers, Knight of Wands. So you may be a Gemini, or you may be dealing with a Gemini who You may be a Gemini who slept around, right? Like an oversexed Gemini. You may be you may have been dealing with a Gemini that slept around, right? Or the lovers could be just a past relationship with a guy who just was not, or with the energy that was just not ready to be serious. Anything else? I say be serious, but that's not what I mean, because they might be serious. They were just not, they felt like they had enough to give everyone. That's just how it seems. Like, why would I not? Like, it doesn't seem like, we got the Strength card. It feels like they didn't notice what was the big deal of not even sleeping around. Maybe they slept around, but they could just be flirting, entertaining, having these energy exchanges with a bunch of people. So we got the Strength card. The Strength card for me is like battling your inner demons, right? And because we're talking about sleeping around and all that good stuff, you might, don't feel bad, I also have a succubus, but you might have like this sexual energy of feeling like you have a succubus or an incubus, right? I definitely have a lot of sexual energy in that way, and I say that I have a succubus. Not that big of a deal, right? It's just labels to kind of deal with energies. So you may be focusing on that. You may be focusing on, one, if you are the person that was dealing with a person who had a lot of sexual energy in that way, you might be dealing with how that affected you, and it might be time for you to heal that. Two, if you are the person that that has this abundance of sexual energy in that way, you're learning how to kind of make it work for you, because there's a point to it other than just having sex, but you're figuring out how to make it work for you. You guys are, and by you guys I mean you and your sex demon, but this energy is you guys are learning how to coexist. It doesn't feel like they are running the show anymore. All right, building a solid foundation. Awesome. We got the Magician. Yes. Building a solid foundation and like knowing that you can do whatever you want to do. Like, you can create this. You do create this. Like, you have whatever you need in you, right? Oh, I love it. Anything else? Building a solid foundation of self-sustainability. There we go. That you created. You don't need anything outside of you. You don't need anyone else. Because that's the thing, speaking from personal experience, that's the thing about me saying, like, my Instagram name used to be Tiara the Succubus. That's the thing with relating to these like oversexed energies. You always need something to kind of like feed off of, right? You always need someone outside of yourself to deal with this sexual energy, and getting that under control and getting it to where you kind of work with that sexual energy and the sexual energy works with you, you become more self-sufficient. Weird. Anything else? I think that's it. They want to set the tone for you for the rest of this year. What can they expect for the rest of this year? What can my healers expect for the rest of this year? What can my healers expect for the rest of this year? Awesome. Four of Cups. So you may actually celibate for the rest of this year. I'm getting lots of offers and you're like, nah, I'm cool. I'm good on that. Thank you. I hate burping during this. Apparently that's a sign of channeling. I don't like it. So expect to be celibate and expect to be, I'm getting unattainable, like just not available, not readily available for people. You're just not. I thought I dropped a card. Maybe I didn't. Oh, it's right here. So we got the 6 of Wands. Yes. Queen. Sorry, I love the Death card. Queen of Wands, Death card, 6 of Wands. So there is going to be you saying no to people, you not being available, you not really rocking on that level anymore is going to let something die out, right? It's going to transform you in a way that you're not dependent on that anymore, right? And it's going to help you step into your power more, because when we have sex with people, whether we're in love with them, whether we're not, whether we know them or don't, we are taking on the energies of other people. And as healers, we take on the energy and we have to heal that energy on their behalf. That's the whole stinking point, right? So with you not taking on the 1, 2, 3, 4, also with you not taking on the energy of other people, you actually are able to heal yourself and put this stuff back into yourself. And by stuff, I mean power. And you build up your momentum and you make your timelines bigger, right? To where you're more successful. Okay. So say no for the rest of the year. Focus on you. Okay? Cool. Neat. We are moving on to Arsenal. Oh my goodness, it is just about hot as hell in my room. I'm not sure why. Arsenal. Whew, when I was tapping, oh, let me tell you guys what energies could help you relate to the Arsenal energy. If you are currently protesting, if you are a protester, if you are constantly having these conversations about how the world needs to change, if you are constantly having conversations and also not afraid to have a conflict with people in your family about how things need to change, if you are the one that points out injustices, if you are the one that tells people the truth, like straight up the truth, whether it's going to hurt you or not, you may have Arsenal energy, and you may be in Arsenal energy right now. So yeah, that's what I got for that. When I was in this energy, it felt like heat naturally, because Arsenal's got that fire, heat, but right here, like in my side, and I was getting really irritated, and it was like I kept like, I guess like tightening my lips, or like rubbing my lips together, like they're trying not to say something, And what I got from that is people might be triggering you in a way that you know it is not worth letting out your energy though. They're triggering you in a way of like if I do this, watch, they'll get pissed off. All you gotta say is this one word and they'll get pissed off. Watch. And then they do it and you're like, all right. Okay. And you're just taking inventory of the people who decide to fuck with you. Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, oh, you wanna, okay. You think it's funny. All right. And I also get, I may forget your name, I'll never forget your face. So, I don't know what's going on with that. But, they just don't, the people trying you just don't feel smart, though. They don't feel smart and they don't feel conscious. They feel like they're just living in a dream, if that makes sense. So they might be, I usually say that people who don't have a purpose are used as a vessel for the people that do, right? So if you don't have really anything that you're standing up for, you're fighting for, you're working for, then the people who do, they'll use you. And I feel like that person or these people, this group, this entity that is being a thorn in your side, they are being used to test you and to trigger you. Let's see. As above, so below. It's one of my favorite cards. Anything else? You're safe. This might be inspiring others. This might be something that you've orchestrated on the other side. I know it's a tough time to say things like that right now, but this might be something that your higher self, your guides, and your angels have their hand in. And we have offerings, inspiring others and offerings. Okay, let's see. As above, so below. What do you guys have to say about as above, so below? I keep hearing you're orchestrating this. You're orchestrating this. Sorry if I'm another trigger. That's what they're saying. You're orchestrating this. Okay. As above, so below. Nine of Pentacles. Anything else? Three of Pentacles. Anything else? Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So what I'm getting from that is, if you feel like you may have been the type of person that has always waited for a message, a sign, or guidance from God, the universe, your ancestors and angels and stuff, and you might be coming to a time to where you're like, all I see is ugliness. What is happening? Like, you guys aren't talking to me. What's going on? They're saying go out in nature, right? Just go out in nature. I know it's hot as damn Hades right now, but go out, get under, get the grass under your feet, the sun on you, drink some water, get out in nature, get away from traffic, get away from phones, music, influence of any sort other than nature, water, and your breath. That's what you need to do. Okay, and by doing that, being out one with nature, with the animals, even the bugs I'm getting, they have messages for you. Okay, you need to get back to the earth. I know this ain't earth, but get back to the earth, right? And get back to how you can see messages in that, because we may be too dependent on things that might not exist for much longer. I don't know why they want to say that. And I have a bee at my window right now. I don't know why, but yeah, we may be dependent on things that may not exist. So get in nature and get your messages from there. All right, you're safe. I don't know why, but it was spicy. They said no phone. I don't know. No phone. Nature, no phone. So even if you're listening to music, or if you're like if you're the type to record your thoughts or downloads, gotta do it without a phone. No electronics. Something about that. All right. What energy would you like to put on you are safe? You're safe from conflict is what I heard. With 5 of Swords. Anything else? There may be an actual fight. Like an actual fist fight, or an actual confrontation of like physical confrontation. And I think what they're saying is you're safe whether you do it or you don't. So if you have always felt like you didn't have the option to walk away, like if you feel deep in yourself, if you walk away, then that's setting you up for more confrontation, and it's setting you up for more losing. I don't know what that's about, but no, you can walk away if you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you don't want to fight, don't fight. Okay, it doesn't matter. Yet again, the people that are bothering you, I feel like they're not online anyway. So they won't remember you. You'll remember them though. Okay? So if it gets to a point to where some fucking idiot is like trying you and pushing you and all this good stuff, and all you want to do is walk away, but you feel like this inner protector is coming out and like wanting to fight, you can walk away. Okay? You can walk away if you want to. You absolutely can. All right? Inspiring others, that may also be the way that you inspire others, of like not being this is heavy, not being a slave to anyone, not even your own impulses, right? That's what they said. I don't know, but it might inspire others. If you feel so moved to walk away, you can. Vice versa, if you feel so moved to fight and you usually don't, you can. See what they have to say about that. They might disagree. Ooh. Yeah. So when I said if you feel the need to fight, you can, the Justice card and the Hangman popped out. So that might, whichever decision you make, it is going to balance out the energy, and the decision that you make is going to help the other person realize where you're coming from. Or even if it's not the person immediately in the conflict, it's going to help other people realize where you're coming from. Even if it's not videotaped, even if it's only like 2 witnesses there or whatever, this can all happen energetically, right? Your decision that you make, the decision that you make in this moment, could energetically on a macro level inspire others. Okay. Anything else you guys want to say about inspiring others? I don't know what that's about. That one slipped out. So we got the 7 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Knight of Wands. So the people that you are going to inspire, how is this going to inspire them? I'm getting, with the 7 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, I'm getting that chaotic energy of people who jump on the back of chaos, who don't necessarily want to see a change in anything. They're just, I'm getting they're just fucktards. Like they're just, like something about this action that you make in this conflict is going to bring them online. So that might be how you wake them up. How is this going to affect them? How is this going to inspire them? We got the 6 of Cups. So by you doing this, it starts a like a snowball effect of them realizing how much they have done out of like an inner wounded place, like an inner child wound. And they're going to realize that they've been acting like this because of this. One time they were bullied at the basketball court or whatever the fuck, and this has dictated their entire life. And by you breaking in and saying, I'm not a slave to anyone, not even my own impulses. I do what I want to do in this moment. My past does not dictate my present nor my future. Just because it happened then doesn't mean it's going to happen now. Like you having a moment of being like, I'm fucking furious, but I still get to choose how I react to you. I don't know. It's going to help them it starts like a snowball effect of how they are a slave to their past. They are imprisoned to their past. All right. Gifts. What are these gifts? Awesome. So we got the 8 of Wands and the King of Swords. So the gifts, and this could also be just offerings of some sort, it's going to be knowledge. Like knowledge. You might not have known how to operate in these situations. You might not have had the tools for change is what I'm getting. And they're definitely going to, that B is still here. They are definitely going to start like rapidly downloading for you to where you're like, oh, I just know this now. Oh, I just have another option. Like I'm getting in like video games, how you upgrade your weapons and you're like, oh, I can pick from that now. Like that's how it's gonna feel like for a long time you were working with the same 2 or 3 moves, right? But by you, like, 1, going out in nature, okay, getting that connection. 2, when you are in this conflict, making that decision, like taking a second to make the decision, whichever decision it is. I'm not here to point you in any direction. Whichever decision it is that you feel is necessary for you, by doing that, it's going to, like, you're going to have a lot of downloads. And for the King of Swords, I see that as a person who is well versed in a subject, right? You know the ins and outs. You've been on both sides of it. You know it so well you could teach it. Like that type of energy of like really navigating this situation and this energy, so much so that it doesn't really matter who the person is. If the energy exchange is that, you'll master that energy exchange. Okay. All right. Move on to image setters. Okay, so for image setters, to know if you are in the image setter energy, you'll feel very creative. Like you have to create, you have to sing, dance, draw, paint. You absolutely have a vision in your mind that you have to bring to 3D. That is image setter energy. I think that was the easiest energy for me to explain. All right, let me see if I got some. Put some more. Sorry guys, give me 1 minute. Alright. Image setters. So when I got into your energy, or the energy of image setters, I hold on 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. So for image setters, when I was in your energy, I heard belting, like singing, but from your gut, like belting. So it might be something that you're trying to work on. It might be something that you really like to do. I don't know. It might be something that they want you to practice on. I don't know. We shall see. All right. Trying to get the energy flowing again. It's kind of stuck at my elbows right now. What messages do you guys have for image setters? this is the energy of you guys trying to belt. Like it's almost there, but you can't quite, like, you keep doing it over and over and over again, and it almost sounds like you want it. Almost does, but you can't put your finger on what's wrong. Interesting. All right, what energy do you guys, or what messages do you guys have for image setters? What messages? Creating a new path. What messages do you guys have for image setters? Naturally, you guys are creating a new path. So you might actually be finding a different way to, I'm hearing get the energy to do that. Like you might find different energetic reasons as to why one can, but like you might, like work on your solar plexus in order to have the energy and the power to belt, or it might be your solar, not solar plexus, I just said that. It would be your sacral chakra. Interesting. Learning from your past. So you may be incorporating like what we know about our bodies now into the singing world. It's pretty cool. All right, let it go. It will be replaced. Anything else? I mix these up and I don't read reversals. Anything else? Manifestation. All right, let's see what they have to say about creating a new path. Yes. Anything else? So we got the 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. So basically you're with the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, you're trying to figure out a way to do something, whether it's this belting or something else. You're trying to figure out a way to do something to where you don't need anything other than you and your body, right? So you might be working in a, or you might be working with mediums right now, and you feel like there's just too many steps, right? There's too many steps, there's too many tools, there's just too much. So you might be working on a way to simplify it and still have the joy of creation, right? So while you're working on that, your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, they're working with you too. They want you to succeed. So the more effort you put in, they're putting in the same amount, okay? And they're saying that you will be victorious with the 6 of Wands. So yeah, keep going on that. And the more energy you put in, the more energy they'll put in. All right, learn from your past. All right, we need to learn from their past. So you may have, we got the 3 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. You may have tried to work on things in the past that didn't work out. Like you may, I'm getting like an inventor type of spirit to where you want to create something new from, but it's rooted from like an old practice, right? But you're trying to make it new, revolutionary, and just different. You're trying to find your niche in that, and it feels very inventor. You may have had projects that you've done before that you kind of just, like, it just didn't work out. It was just duds and flops. Don't let that deter you though. Learn from all of those mistakes and keep doing it, okay? And I feel like the one that you're working on right now is going to be the one that hits. So please don't let your past deter you, okay? Just keep going. Let it go. It will be replaced. What do they need to let go of? What do they need to let go of? I'm hearing resting on your laurels. So this is kind of conflicting. So this might be for 2 different people. So there might be a person that is like letting the, they're letting the failures of their past hinder them. This could be, okay, 2 things. This could be letting your past successes speak for you, Like, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I'm good, right? Or this could be a fear of success. Okay, so this could be the pressure that comes along with actually putting things into motion and working with people and doing this and doing that. You might be afraid of that, and let it go. Don't do that. And if you are the person that is like saying, oh, but I've already done it. Like, look at all these things that I've done. They're saying, let that type of mentality go as well. The Moon card. I'm gonna sit on this for a minute. When you look forward, because I think everyone in this little spiritual community does, when you look forward and you see yourself, quote unquote, being successful, right? You're not taking into account that there are unseen forces. Like, there's always things that we are unable to see, right? There's always the tone of something. There's always the influence of something. There's always something that we're unable to see. And I think you're forgetting about that. So if all you're thinking about is how much work you'll have to do and how much time you'll have to put into this, and oh, what if I can't get a sitter? You don't know how they're going to help you. You have absolutely no idea how many people they're going to send your way to help you, and with what spirit they send people. Sometimes they send people that are just wanting to do something for free because they're feeling guilty about how much success they have. So they want to do something for free and they choose you. You don't know. You have absolutely no idea what they have in store for you. So keep working. Okay. Manifestation. What do you guys have to say about this manifestation? Star card, King of Pentacles. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. With the Star card, you're not there yet. Like, you're not there yet, but working on this is going to open up a brand new purpose for you, right? And with the King of Pentacles, it's lush. It's nice. Like, it's real nice. And your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels are making sure that it's lush. As long as you are, I don't know why I'm hearing that, but as long as you color in the lines and follow the trail that they have laid down for you, they got you. Okay. All right, that is it, y'all. Oh my goodness. That was a short reading, I will be honest. But yeah, the energy was really heavy. I think it's a full moon and an eclipse today. So I don't know why I was moved to get it out today, but I'm glad I did. It was really heavy. I hope it resonates with someone. If you guys want to do a personal reading, I'll put the link down below so you guys can book that. Any sage needs or any metaphysical needs, you can head over to 11thanddelphi.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am 11th and Delphi on Instagram as well. I hope you guys are having a really good day. I hope you guys have a good week. And if this resonated, comment down below because they seem really specific this time. I don't know. Let me know what you think.